Vice President Harris will be meeting today with families of Americans taken hostage by Hamas on October 7th. Among those that will be in that meeting, Aviva Siegel, who knows all too well the horror, the terror that the hostages have been enduring during the last 6 months. She and her husband were kidnapped from a kibbutz in southern Israel on October 7th. Aviva was released after 51 days as part of that temporary ceasefire in November, but her husband, Keith, who's from North Carolina, is still being held. Aviva Siegel joins me now. Aviva, talk to me about the message you have for the Vice President and for the U.S. government, for the world, about what is happening to your husband, what happened to you, and what needs to be done.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Biden. Because of Biden, I'm still alive, and I can sit here and talk to you. Because in 51 days that I was there was not a moment that I thought that I would die or be killed. And Keith, my husband, is such a sweet, generous, loving person. Everybody loves him. And he's still there for 186 days. I was there. I was treated like I'm nothing. I didn't have any human rights. We weren't allowed to talk. We weren't allowed to even stand. Can you imagine that your body wants to just move a little bit and somebody just says, lie down?
Were you in a tunnel?
Keith and I were moved 13 times, and I was twice in a tunnel. One of the times, they took us down to a tunnel that was very, very dark. I could hardly see my next step. And they took us to a small little place, and they just left us there because there was no oxygen. And they couldn't feel that there was oxygen for them, and they just left us. They went up ground, and they left us there with no water and no food. And when they came after a couple of days, we were nearly dead. Keith looked at me, and I could see that he could hardly breathe. He was... And I don't know if any human can understand or imagine what it is like, feeling that you're going to die in a second and trying just to figure out how to breathe. It's terrible. Just a terrible, terrible feeling. They used to starve us and eat in front of us. They used to drink water, and we begged them for water. They used to sometimes bring us just a little bit of water and say, that's the water until tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And so we used to have one sip every couple of hours, each of us.
What about the treatment of women in particular? There have been a lot of terrible reports about the way women were treated and sexual violence.
I was there, and I saw one of the times, one of the girls, and she's young, she was taken by one of the terrorists, and we didn't know what's happening to her while she came back. I could see by her face that something happened to her, and I got up and gave her a hug. And while I was hugging her, he started screaming at us because we weren't allowed to feel, we weren't allowed to hug, and we weren't allowed to help each other. And that's just a terrible feeling for me, because one of the hardest things for me was not able to help them and to help Keith when they threatened them with a gun, or threatened them that they're going to handcuff them or hit them or push them. They pushed Keith, and they broke his ribs, and they shot him, and I was the only one that looked after Keith and took care of him. And when they took that girl and she came back and I hugged her, I could see that something happened.
Aviva, you met with Jake Sullivan. What did he tell you? What hope has he given you? And you're going to meet with the Vice President as well. So what hope are you getting, Aviva, from U.S. officials about a deal, any kind of breakthrough?
I want to believe that Keith and the hostages will be out because they belong with us, with their families. And I want to hear good things, and I want the politicians to give me hope. I want to tell you that politics, I have not got any room in my heart for any politics. I just have room for Keith, and for the hostages are there. And I want them, the politics, to understand that it's not politics. That's talking about people, human, that have got no human rights, that needs to get out of there as soon as possible. Keith is 64, and he's been treated in a bad, brutal way. And I know that because I've been there. And I want to hear only good things from the politicians. I'm finished and sick and tired of hearing that they're doing everything they can and Keith is still there. And the hostages are there. The girl that was with me that I know that was touched because she told me that he touched her. I'm scared that she's going to come home pregnant. And I don't want to even think about it if she'll come home with a child. She needs to come home. They need to come home. I'm begging you. Anybody that can help. We came to America, to the United States, to talk for them because they can't talk. Because they are there begging that somebody will listen and hear them. That they're suffering there with people that don't treat them, don't even give them food, don't even give them water, don't even allow them to stand and move their body.
How are you doing physically?
Slowly.
How have you recovered from 51 days without food, without water, and at times in tunnels?
I was very, very weak. I could hardly walk. I lost 10 kilos while I was there, and I did not get my right medicine because that's what the blood tests showed. And I'm worried that Keith isn't getting what he got, what he needs to get. He has high blood pressure and he needs to come home.
And what about the other hostages whom you were with down there, the other women? Were you separated from the men for the most part?
We were with another 3 girls, some of the times, and some of the times it was just Keith and I. And we were separated. They moved Keith and I 13 times. So we were with lots and lots of terrorists that didn't treat us well and starved us and shouted at us and threatened us and pushed us and pulled my hair. And they shaved Keith one of the days, looking like an Arab, and told him that he needs to shave his whole body, and then laughed at him. They told the girls one of the times to take a shower, and they had to leave the door open for them to watch them. One of the girls, they hit her with a stick, and she didn't even scream. And she said she didn't want to give them the pleasure of them hurting her. We were scared of them. We did everything they told us. They told us to lie down, we lay down. They told us not to move, we didn't move. They told us to keep quiet, we kept quiet. While they didn't even let us talk or move.
But what is your message to America?
The message to the whole world, wake up. I want peace for the whole world. I want good for the people in Gaza. I want good for people in Israel. I want good for the people all around the world. It can't be that a terrorists, bad, mean people like that can control the world in a way they can. Something needs to change. America, United States, the whole world can't keep quiet. By keeping quiet and not believing what's happening there means that everybody can touch girls, everybody can starve whoever they want to, everybody can just come and kidnap somebody with their pajamas, people that are innocent, and leave kids without parents, or kill husbands next to their wives, or kill children, or rape mothers in front of their children, or burn people alive. I come from Kibbutz Kfar Aza. There were 63 people that were murdered. They are my neighbors. I know them. I've been living on Kibbutz Kfar Aza for more than 40 years. I've been married to Keith for 43 years. My heart is broken up into pieces. 186 days I'm going through hell. And I'm sure that everybody in the world can understand if I say I went through hell there. And now I'm going through hell now with Keith there and people that I know that are there from Kfar Aza and other people, hostages that I know. And I think that we've had enough. Somebody needs to help. And I'm begging Biden to be strong enough, stronger than Hamas, stronger than the bad people there.
Aviva Siegel, My heart is with you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.